Hello and welcome back to another video. So I'm just gonna get right into this while I'm explaining what I'm doing so that I can probably forget what I'm doing or what I'm talking about, because I'm gonna be distracted doing stuff and then there'll be like silent moments that I'm gonna have to cut out. So what I'm doing here, in case it's not obvious, is I got some new tires for this old girl right there. These aren't even actually that old. I mean, they're old because they're weather checked, but they're not that, like there's still a good amount of tread here. Probably, I don't know, not even a 1/16 of an inch off of these, but, well, this one's a little more and then the other sides are the other side's a little more, less stuff on them. But basically, the goal of this video is just to change these tires because I'm not paying someone to do it for me when I have these fancy, oh, there they go. These fancy, probably can't see them, but they're like tire changing thingamabobbers. Oh, okay. Probably should have maybe cleaned off these threads a little bit before making them self-cleaning, but I think we'll get her all right. Oh, look at that. She's gonna come right off for me too, I bet. Oh, okay. So now I'll just start letting the air out. Ooh, the air smells like the 80s. So now, I suppose I gotta break that bead first, huh? Alright, so I was a little unprepared. I kind of forgot that this bead doesn't just pop off. Hello, just a brief intermission here. So I got done editing this video. Well, actually not, I guess, because I'm gonna have to edit this to put it in there. But anyway, so there was a lot of struggling during this that I cut out or sped up and, you know, whatever. But towards the end, I was getting the hang of it. So if you're watching this video for fun, you could just keep watching, I guess. But if you're looking at or like watching it to like actually learn just, you know, quick how to do this, I'll put a time somewhere around here that you can just like click on it and go, because that's more towards the end of the video where I got a hang of it and it's like do this to do that and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, enjoy. I do have like a tire changer from Harbor Freight, but I don't know, I feel like this is a little more beefy than like a car tire, which is what that's meant for. So what I'm gonna do is just put this bottle jack under there. Hopefully I can do this without wrecking the ratchet strap. But then I'm just gonna put the ratchet strap around it like this maybe. Okay, I finally got it, and you can tell I got it by the way it is. All I had to do was spend almost exactly an hour arranging that thing in different ways so that would do that. Get off there. Can you still see with that thing in your eyes? Sure. So yeah, I just pumped it up like that and then jumped around on top. Now hopefully, when I take this off, oh, come on, it'll still be separated from the bead, because I had it already like twice now where it looked like it was completely off on the underside, and then all of a sudden I'd set it down and it was, see, like I don't understand. All right, well, I took it to the tire changer and used that bead breaker and it came off finally. So then alright, well I finally got that one off. It's a lot more struggling than I anticipated. I'm just gonna, because I bent this rim pretty badly here, so obviously I'll pawn that back, but I think what I'm gonna do is just leave the tube in there, especially because it's probably, yeah, the valve stem, I don't have another valve stem, so hopefully it still holds air. I was tugging on it pretty hard, but seems to be, oh, there's a hole here. Well, I guess I'll clean up that edge and then maybe I'll get some numbers off this and see how much they cost. I already know what size I need. It's the size of the tire. Yeah. Because I assume this was put in here because of the tire, because it's in such bad a shape. All right. So we got some new valve stem things here. We'll get the rim cleaned up first though. And for that I got 4 different options for these with different like wire wheels and whatnot. Presumably from China based on the price. But we'll get that cleaned up and hopefully get a new tire on today. I forgot my ear thingy bobbers too. And this guy, this goes through here, that goes on there, and I'm gonna see what size this is. I'll go down to the proper torque specs, which I don't know what they are, so just until it feels right. Should be good. Make sure you get a nice seal there. And then, for the fun part, well, actually first this part. So these tires have like lines, arrows on here, pointing that way. So if this is the front of the rim, I want to grease up this side. Holy cow, this is going to be rough. Oh yeah. All right, that's one side. I should have greased this when I was off the wheel, but it's pretty much the same as when we took it off, except for hopefully this will be easier. You just kind of walk around the outside with it. Oh, yes. Oh. So I had to get the tire off of the bead up here to get it down in there to stretch more. Hopefully this tire will be okay. The bead kind of got beat up. Gotta put the little valve doohickey back in. Oh, there's already one in there. I don't know why it came with so many extras in. Try to get it on the bead. Well, I don't know if my sound was working yesterday for that last part of the video, but I ran into problems and the tire wasn't holding air, so I couldn't get it to seat on the bead. So I got some tire tubes. Hopefully they're the right size. I should probably check that actually before I get too involved here. And last night I ended up taking another tire off the rim just to see if I could get a tube to survive. Now that I actually knew about it and didn't stab it with the, whatever that thing's called, tire iron thingy. I don't know, looks like maybe the right size. I took the tube out of the old one like very carefully, and it's still like where it was touching the rim, there was like holes leaking. So yeah, I just got new tubes, 4 new tubes, and hopefully this will be the solution to all my problems. This is also not a fun activity, but I'm already committed, so. All right, and there we have it. I had, somehow when I was putting it on, I must have damaged the valve stem and stuff, because this, like the cap came off, and then this part was all dented. Didn't really want to take air very well, because that top part where this, or like the filler guy, where that seal's in there on here, it was like cracked, so I didn't want to, some air was leaking, but we got air in there, and the tire is mounted, and yeah. I don't know what more, I don't know. But it took like a week to get one done, so hopefully it doesn't take 3 more weeks to finish this off. But yeah, we're making progress. Now that the first one's done, hopefully the rest go a little smoother. All right, well I got 2 of them on. I got this one, oh no, ignore this. I popped a hole in the new one already. But yeah, this tire right here, it took me like, I had that thing off there like 3 or 4 times. And then I have that tire changed too. I just had to move some stuff so they're dirty already. But what was I? Oh yeah, so this tire, well, I'm glad I just recorded all that with. All right, just got my 3rd tire mounted up. Got my 4th one ready. And this is, I think I'm getting pretty good at this. So I'm gonna break this down into a couple step process. So first step is gonna be letting out the air. And then after that, you're gonna be breaking the tire off of the bead. I haven't found an easy way to get it off the bead, so good luck with that. But this time I used the jack. I don't know, I think the easiest way has been the tire changer, but it's all the way out there and I don't feel like bringing it out there. So next step though, is gonna be getting it off this first part. So you're just gonna step on this side, and for some reason this took me a while that I didn't know you could just step on it to get it down far enough to pick it up from the other side. So I've been like compressing it with 2 ratchets and then a board on the top and a board on the bottom to like push down on it, just to get it in like that little groove like this part in there. So yeah, just step on it and then you can pick it up and you just go all the way around with it. Next I pull the tube out. All of mine have had holes in them just from like the rust, and then when I unseat it from the rust. This one isn't bad actually, but take it out either all the way, or if it doesn't want to come out, just until like this far, so that once you get the tire off you can pull it out the rest of the way. Next up, I have it opposite of this, and I just pull the tire up over this edge of the rim. I flip it over so that it's like this, and then I stick one in from this side. Now I can just go around and keep a little bit of pressure on this one, and then you just nudge it off, and then you just go all the way around. It's hard to do with one arm and a hand, but yeah. And just go all the way around, and this guy will just come out the top. So after I got that off, I just cleaned up the rim a little bit, and then I applied some tire snot, or as the creators like to call it, stuff, to the side that's going to be going onto the rim first, and then also this other side, because when this side comes time to come on, the tire iron thingies come out easier if it's all greased up. And then as well, I've also been doing this inside edge, because that's the part that's actually going to be sliding over the rim. This first side can go on if you just get it on there started, and then you can just push it right on. Just kind of work your way around and it'll go on. Again, I can't really do it with, maybe I can. There. And then you'll get the new tube out of the box. Just put it on and then make sure the nozzle lines up with the hole, obviously. And then I've just been putting this in from this open side. When you pick it up, you got a little space, you just squeeze it in there. So this hole for the valve is a little messed up. So the rubber part doesn't actually squeeze against the rim. So I put that on there to try to make sure that I don't lose it in the process of putting the tire on. But to get the tire on, you just kind of get it started on one side. And then just get it started as much as you can. So you just work a little bit at a time until you get like this, where it's like, looks pretty tight, and it's like, how am I supposed to do that? You just step down on this part and get it down below, down in that rib again, like I was talking about, to take it off. Then when you stick this guy back in here, you'll have a little more extra room, and then you'll just do that until you're done. You might not be able to get the bar in there on like your last one. I've just kind of been like kicking it down, and it just goes. You just throw some air in there. I had to kind of hold it up once I took the tire doodad thing out of here, and hold it up so it wouldn't fall in there. Hopefully that doesn't get cut. That's kind of tight against there. Yeah, we'll just act like that didn't happen. And then what I've been doing too is just going around this bead, making sure everything's tight. Like this one isn't tight, so I'll take this guy and just kind of make it tight again. This one's not bad. Maybe a little bit right there. Yeah, so no dirt gets in there. Well, thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you wanna. Check out some of my other videos. I got a couple more planned for this. At least one more. I'm about to do the work for it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Toodles.